Hello everyone, TarantulaDan here. I hope you're doing well today. So today is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to explain very quickly what's been going on, the video that was planned for today, and why the point of this video, shall we say. This is not scripted at all, so let's just go with it. Also, I apologise, shaky hand cam today. I'm still using my phone to record this. So, in the nutshell, over the weekend I was doing getting my enclosure set up, so you can see my main wall along there. I had a big sort out, did some rehousings, bit of feeding, nothing too exciting, but some pretty cool stuff. I started making a start on this wall, got some more plaques and things to hang up there, but that was pretty cool. And then I got my other shelf. This shelf came Saturday evening from Amazon, got it sort of set up. And then on Sunday I spent the day sort of sorting things out and stuff. You will notice that this enclosure is not one that you've seen before, and that's because this enclosure is actually a rescue, which I'll talk about in just a second. So yeah, I spent all day Sunday pretty much getting my room set up how I wanted it to, with the new shelving, getting my animals arranged how I wanted it to, and things. And then, to cut a long story short, I had a message of a friend, just basically say that there was some animal. Well, he actually called me up after a message exchange. There were two animals, two reptiles that needed rehousing, for reasons that I won't go into. So I said, yeah, okay, I'm interested. So I sort of contacted the gentleman, who is not him. It was his partner's father, who was the previous owner of these animals. The house had been left abandoned. The animals were left in a nutshell. I won't go into personal details, not my place to say, but they needed to be rehoused. So I went to have a look at them. Originally, I was going to go up in the week, as in this week, to go and have a look at them. Ended up popping to the house yesterday evening. Called my brother because I thought I'm going to need help with this, and I had a look at the two animals that were there, the two reptiles, and basically got them out of there, and the gentleman, James, I believe your name was. If you watch this, I apologize if I've got it wrong. I'm sure James is your name, but James and his partner, super friendly, super nice to deal with, and they're nothing to do with the wrongdoings of these animals at all, or the situation that has sort of been thrust upon them, shall we say. So anyway, so I went there, I had a look at the animals, and I came back with them. So I'm going to show you the two animals. At the moment, the enclosures are as they have came. I will explain in a nutshell about the enclosures when I get round to it. So I don't think I can actually turn the camera around. Can I? No. All right, give me a second. Okay, so this is the first reptile. Now this is actually a bearded dragon. You can see him back here. I won't go into too much detail with the bearded dragon, but his tail is actually missing right at the end, and he's actually really friendly. He's not aggressive or anything like that. Mine's a leatherback, this one is not, so he's very sort of spiky. Little bit worried about him, to be fair. I believe it's a male, no, don't know for sure. I believe he has metabolic bone disease. His head's shaking. I've offered him crickets, mealworms, and even I went to the shop today and bought some the grubs, the large grubs, obviously in calcium, and sadly he's not taking them down at all. I have put some water in there and tried to clean this enclosure up a little bit, but it will need a lot more work doing to it. Apart from that, he doesn't seem too bad, apart from the metabolic bone disease. I really hope that he'll be okay, and I'd like to confirm that both reptiles, this one and the one I'll show you in just a second, they are both booked into the vets. I called several vets in my area, and they were, a lot of them quite bluntly were like, look, we don't deal with reptiles. But I'm booked into Manor Vets in Halesowen Wednesday at 6:10. So I'm going to be taking these up to the vets, say, which is at the top of Mucklow's Hill, if you know the area. It's meant to be decent vets. I'm taking them both there, and they're going to be giving them both a full check over for 40 quid, which isn't too bad. I'm happy to pay the costs, so hopefully sort them out and see what I can do to help them. So and then I'll probably end up getting lumbered with a massive vet bill, but that's fine if it helps them and I can get them enclosures. I mean, to be fair, this one isn't that bad. I just need to sort out the lighting is a bit dodgy. I'm a bit concerned using that, but at the moment, that's how it came, and I just can't click my fingers on how things, this fixed overnight, shall we say. But I want to get the wiring sorted later on. So in the next video, that should be sorted, and obviously get this guy into the vets. But the next edition is something a little bit more different, shall we say. Okay then, so I'd like to apologise. Firstly, my light is off. I'm not going to be shining a torch in the face of this girl. This is a green iguana. I'm using my left hand to hold the phone. It's very shaky because I'm quite frustrated. So yeah, this is the green iguana. She is amazing. Her name's Percy, but in all honesty, I'm struggling with that an awful lot. I don't know why I keep calling her Una in my head. It seems like a better name, but that's just my choice as personal preference, but that doesn't mean I'm going to call her that. So yeah, this is green iguana. She is give or take 4.5 foot, big girl. And the enclosure that I was provided, obviously these are arboreal reptiles. The enclosure that I have for her is 2 foot wide, 2 foot deep by about 4 foot, which is not big enough at all. I actually have the enclosure terrestrial, so at least she can kind of stretch out a little bit. There is no lighting, there's no heating provided. She was actually roaming around the living room in the abandoned house without any heating out. So for now, I've got her in this. I'm going to be wiring up some lights and things tonight, so at least she does have somewhere to kind of bask, UVB and stuff like that. But I've got that sorted, and I've inquired with 4 different places, 3 online and 1 local pet shop called Presswood Pet Zone, which isn't far from me, having a 6 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot enclosure built. So I can't just click my fingers and have an enclosure that size overnight. So I've got to have one custom built for her, which is going to cost an arm and a leg. But yeah, amazing girl. I'll put a picture on my Instagram of my arm. She scratched me, not aggressively, but just sort of whilst on me. Just, if you can see, her claws are quite twisted. Some of her sort of joints are missing. You can see that that one there, she's missing the one finger. A lot of the claws are very sort of out of place, which is a real shame. Like this one back here, you can see, doesn't have the claw at all. So she's going to the vets and hopefully get her sorted. And you know what? It's a real shame because she's amazing. She's so docile. And she's big. She's a big girl. She likes it when you sort of stroke her behind the neck, I found. I spent quite a lot of time with her last night. I had her on my lap and was sort of fussing her, stroking her behind the head, all over. Started off very gentle with her, and realised that actually she's not sort of completely soft. She likes it a bit. You can see a bit more pressure, and she's lovely. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful girl. I'm very sad that she has to stay in this enclosure. I actually have this open so she can come and have a roam. My room is actually quite warm at the moment. If I just find a thermometer, so it's 30, well, in the hot area it's 30 degrees, so it's not cold in my room at all. I've done some food, which is some parsnip, a bit of sweet potato, some various sort of dandelion leaves, and sprouts, all good stuff. But unfortunately, she's not eating, which is a real shame. And yeah, I mean, the enclosure was, this was actually an arboreal enclosure, and I've actually laid it out. That's what the tape's here for, because there isn't actually 2 sliding doors. There's actually just a piece of glass that doesn't actually even fit in the gap properly. So I'm sort of just trying to tape it up, leaving a chair by it overnight just to sort of hold it shut. Yeah, it's As far as enclosures go, it's a mess of an enclosure, to be fair. I'm not happy about her being in it at all. And I cannot stress that enough. I know a lot of you are going to be going, oh, you shouldn't do that. I literally do not have a choice, but I have hopefully got one. I can hopefully get one in the next sort of few days for her. And then my plan, what I end up doing is this shelf over here. Oops, stand up again. Take everything off here. I'm going to move this shelf onto this wall. I'll get these moved those. I'll probably just put those in that corner down there out of the way by the desk of things, which I'm still sort of working on this room. And then the 6 foot tank will come to sort of here. And then 6 foot tall by 4 foot by 3. So this is where her Viv will be. So yeah, also this is the first time we've really seen this room as a whole, pretty much. It's a bit, you know, it is coming on, but with these 2 new additions, I didn't really plan on having these sort of pop up into my collection, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, oh, how wonderful she is. She's amazing. So yeah, this is the video for today. I will give you guys an update on these. I'm going to be vlogging my trip to the vets with Dan from Dan's Wildlife. He's coming with me. So hopefully you will look forward to that video. So thank you for watching, and I'll keep you posted on these new additions. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.